I live in Korea. Did you know that? And I actually speak some Korean. But here's the truth. I don't think in Korean. Not yet, anyway. And, that's okay. Because I have a wife and family who speak English, so. But, thinking in a new language isn't something that magically happens. After years of study, it still doesn't happen automatically. But it is something that you can practice on purpose. And here's one trick that works well for my English learners. Ready? Start small and stay consistent. So, what I suggest is just pick one moment during your day. Maybe while you're brushing your teeth, walking to work, or drinking your morning coffee. And, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. Well, maybe not brushing, not while the toothbrush is in your mouth, but say, I'm brushing my teeth. Oh, the water's really cold today. I should get more toothpaste. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to train your brain to stay in English for a few seconds longer each day. If you do that once a day, make it a habit, over time, you'll actually start thinking in English, not just studying it. Stick around, because during the Mastery Minute, I'm going to share a phrase that reminds us that our thoughts shape our words and our future fluency. And hey, if you have a question about today's topic, drop it in the chat right now or during the show, and I'll answer a few of your questions live at the end of the show. All right, let's dive into it. So, let me tell you about Lena. She was one of my students in Taiwan. Smart, funny, and very serious about improving her English. But she told me, every time I speak in English, I hear the sentence in Chinese first. That's frustrating. She was frustrated not because she didn't know the words, but because her brain had to work overtime to translate. So we tried something new. Instead of memorizing lists, we practiced thinking in English throughout the day, describing actions, naming objects, even having mini conversations with herself. And 2 weeks later, she sent me a message. I just argued with my little brother in English. No time to translate. That's when she knew that it was working. So, how do you do it? How do you train your brain to think in English even if you're not fluent? Well, let's walk through it. Thinking in English is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. And here is the big reason why this matters. If you're always translating in your head before speaking, your brain has to work twice as hard. That leads to hesitation, awkward pauses, and lower confidence. But when you think in English, you speak faster, more clearly, and more naturally. That's why we don't just study English. We train ourselves to think in English. And one of the best ways to do that is to build a habit. A simple 30-day plan, just 10 minutes a day to train your brain. All right, we're going to go through it and I'm going to break it down week by week. Let's start with week number 1. Start with the everyday moments that you already know well. As you go through your morning routine, brushing your teeth, making breakfast, walking to the bus, try to speak to yourself in English out loud if you can. Or if you're around other people silently. Say things like, I'm brushing my teeth. It's time to brush my teeth. It's sunny outside. Ooh, I need to charge my phone. At first, it might feel awkward, but that's okay. You're not performing, you're practicing. The goal here isn't perfect grammar or fancy vocabulary. It's simply to stay in English a few seconds at a time. Why does this work? Because these are low pressure situations. You're not in a meeting. You're not writing a report or an email. You're just thinking about what's happening right now. That makes it easier for your brain to connect real life actions with English phrases without needing to translate from your native language first. The more you narrate your routine in English, the more natural it becomes. And over time, you'll start to notice that those simple English thoughts show up faster, more often, and with less effort. That's the beginning of fluency. Let's go into week number 2. Now that you have gotten comfortable describing your day, it's time to add a little imagination. Throughout the day, picture short, everyday conversations that you might have. These could be greetings, small talk, or even questions you might ask as a coworker. And listen, I do this myself and have been doing it for decades. I practice having conversations before I have them. It just helps. So, try simple things like, good morning, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Oh, I had a busy weekend, but I had a great time. I went hiking. Who likes hiking? I like hiking. So if you do this in your head or even quietly to yourself, treat it like a rehearsal. The goal is to build your reflexes. So when someone actually does ask you a question in English, you've already practiced answering it. And this really works because it simulates real interaction. Your brain starts getting used to the patterns and the rhythm of English conversation. You become it's just easier. The more you practice these mental dialogues, the more natural and real your conversations become. So, imagine that you're walking to work and you silently practice, okay, if my coworker asks me about the project, I'll say, oh, it's on track, and I'll send the update this afternoon. That's really gold because that's preparation meeting fluency at the same time. This trains you to automatically respond in English. That's the goal, right? Okay, week number 3. Add more detail. Now we are leveling up. Instead of just describing what you're doing or rehearsing simple conversations, start adding thoughts, feelings, opinions. Examples. Okay, you might say, "Oh, I'm nervous about today's meeting." That's a thought, right? I'm nervous about today's meeting. I'm tired because I didn't sleep well. Ooh, I hope the boss likes my report. Okay? This is where your fluency starts to grow. You're not just practicing vocabulary, you're developing the kind of English that reflects who you are, what your goals are, your worries, your daily life. This is how you build relationships with people. Try doing this in the middle of your day. Pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And then answer it in English. This kind of internal conversation strengthens both your vocabulary and your emotional intelligence in English. It also makes your English voice feel more personal and it starts to come more automatic for you. This is going to help you to build fluency around the things that matter in your daily life. You're not just stating facts and figures and things like that. All right, let's move on to week 4. Week 4 is practice. So in your final week of the month, we shift from daily tasks to reflective thinking. So after a meeting, a phone call, or even reading an article or watching a video, take a minute or two to summarize silently what just happened in English. So, for example, you might say, that meeting was about budgeting for next quarter. Or this article explains how AI is changing marketing. It is really, actually. If you're interested in AI, send me a note. I love talking about AI. Maybe I'll do some videos about AI here in the future. So why does this even matter? Because summarizing helps you to organize your thoughts. It turns passive input, what you hear or what you read or what you watch, into active output, what you can explain. And if you can explain something, then you know you really understand it. That's a major skill for working professionals who need to report or present or follow up in English. So try that. Silent summaries are a powerful skill because they build fluency and clarity. You're training your brain to process information in English and practice it in a clear and concise way. Whether you speak your summary out loud or keep it in your head, this habit will sharpen your communication skills like nothing else. So it really does. It builds both your vocabulary and your structure. So here's a routine that you can try. Set a timer for 10 minutes and do your week's focus every day. Speak out loud if you can, or silently if you're in public. And really, do it every day. It's not magic, it's momentum, it's consistency. And over time, you'll notice your English thoughts come faster, easier, and with way more confidence. And let me give you a few extra tips to help you make the habit stick. Number 1, keep a journal. Write a few sentences in English every day because that will reinforce what you're thinking and help you track your progress. And if you're tracking your progress, then you know that you're actually moving forward. Number 2, use your phone. Phones are great these days. Record yourself describing something or summarizing a meeting. Even a 1-minute voice note will help you to build your confidence. So read aloud. Read aloud. This helps you connect your brain and your mouth. It helps you to internalize rhythm and pronunciation. You can also do the same with videos. Watch a video, repeat what you hear. It works great. Work those mouth muscles. Build that muscle memory. And the last part I want to say is be kind to yourself. Recognize that you will make mistakes, and that's okay. It's not failure. Making mistakes is part of the progress process. Every time you make, every misstep that you make is a new chance for you to learn and grow. You can actually learn faster the more mistakes that you make. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Remember that fluency is built in small steps, repeated often. All right? So keep showing up and your brain will meet you there. And here is your challenge for this week, for today. Tomorrow, try narrating one part of your day in English. Just 60 seconds. Washing dishes, making coffee, feeding your cat or your dog. Then, tomorrow, try a mini conversation with yourself. All right. Now, I also hope you'll share your experience. drop a comment and let me know how it went. And if you've already started thinking in English, I'd love to hear your story. And finally, if you want more information like this, visit allaboutenglishmastery.com and check out the course Mastering English for Busy Professionals. It's a complete guide to practicing English in just 10 minutes a day. No classes, no textbooks, no stress. It's designed specifically for busy professionals like you who want practical, proven strategies to build confidence and fluency. The link is down in the description, so check that out. Okay, Mastery Minute time. Did you ever start a sentence in English and suddenly go blank? Like, I totally forgot what I was about to say. That, my friend, is something that we call losing your train of thought. And it happens to everyone, even native speakers, even me. I lose my train of thought. Basically, the idiom compares thinking to a train. It's smooth and connected and moving forward on a track. But then, bam, someone interrupts you. Your phone buzzes or you get distracted. And just like that, your brain jumps the track. But here's the cool part. When you're training yourself to think in English, the more you keep your train of thought moving, the stronger it gets. One small distraction doesn't have to stop you. You just keep on going. I mean, let's say you're thinking, I need to email my manager, then finish this report. Then, wait, what was I saying? Exactly. That's your train derailing. It's going off the track. So next time, just smile, take a breath, and say, where was I? Then hop right back on the train. Because fluency isn't about never losing your train or your train of thought. It's about learning how to get back on track. And every time you do, that's one more mile toward mastery. And let's wrap up today's episode. That's it. This is episode 44. Today you've learned 5 ways to start thinking in English, plus 1 idiom to help you keep your thoughts rolling. Next time, Friday night, we'll explore a surprisingly powerful strategy, the power of silence. We'll look at how using just a few quiet moments before you speak can actually help you sound more confident, more thoughtful, and more fluent in English. You don't need to talk more to connect better. You just need to pause with purpose. Don't miss it. So, take a few minutes. If you got anything out of this episode, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Share this with a friend. And remember, you're not just learning English. You're building a mindset for real fluency. So keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you next time on 15-Minute Mastery. Remember, you got this.